Alright, three things. First off, I've got to apologize to you guys that subscribe to me. It's not fair that I barely put out videos and this, that, and the other. Two, the reason being for that was that I'm working on this animation, which you'll probably see a lot of on my second page, all animated 93. Anyway, it's basically like a Nintendo Clash Together thing, kind of like Super Smash Brothers. I'm going to try to get it out every Thursday or so. And they're going to be about 2 or 3 minutes, whatever. I mean, check it out. I mean, it's not like I'm going to charge a Kickstarter to start it. I mean, I'm just doing it. So, it'll cost you nothing, only 2 minutes of your time. Alright, and 3, Codename NX. Let's talk Codename NX. Let's talk Nintendo. Now, a lot of people are talking about Codename NX isn't going to be as powerful as the PS4. Well, duh. I didn't think it would be because I honestly don't think it'll be a successor to the Wii U. Rather, I think it'll just be another gaming platform because they keep calling dedicated gaming platform. They're not saying our next generation console. They keep saying dedicated gaming platform. So I think it's going to be something kind of complementary to the Wii U and the 3DS. And the reason I think that is because, first off, Nintendo has yet to show us what the Wii U can do. To be honest, if this is a next generation system, let's say for a second it is. We'll say that they 100% confirm that this right here is the next generation system and Wii U will no longer be supported. I won't buy it. And the reason being isn't because the graphics and this and that. Nintendo has always done gameplay over graphics. Always. They have never had a system, 2 successive systems, that had the same controller. Only Sony's done that. Okay, but the thing about Nintendo is, you brought us the Wii U. You gave us this gamepad. You told us, oh, it revolutionized gaming. And I commend them for it because you cannot continue to just make the same controller and up the graphics. Because gaming will get very stale if you do that. Because gaming is about interaction, the way that we interact in the world. You have to change that, or otherwise, I mean, the video game will just die. Could you imagine, like, where would we be now if we just upped the graphics and we still had an NES controller? You know how limiting that would be? Therefore, video games, they have to grow. Period. But the thing about it is, they've showed us what they can do with more buttons, SNES. They showed us what we can do with the analog stick. They showed us what we can do with the GameCube dual analog. Actually, shout out to Sony because they did that first. And then they showed us what we can do with the Wii controller. But with the Wii U controller, yeah, they showed us Nintendo Land and it was like, okay, well, you don't really have to use it, but we give it to you so you can use it. Nintendo, like, what the hell are you doing? Like, first off, they need to fire whoever's in charge of marketing. They need to fire whoever in charge of innovation. Because, yes, you gave us innovation, but you haven't showed us how to use it. Sony, yeah, all they talk about is graphics, graphics, graphics. Oh, well, it burns brighter on our system. The candles burn brighter on our system. But really, it's not to a point where you can actually tell a difference unless you're looking for it between Xbox 360 and PS4 versions. But you know why Sony sells so much PlayStations? Because at least they know how to sell their innovations. You know, they're like, oh yeah, well, this is a technical marvel. It can only be done on PlayStation 4. This can only be done on PlayStation 4, you know, even if it is one extra person in this game, it only can be done at PlayStation 4. They only need one difference in order to, you know, to make that different. If the PlayStation 4 can handle one more person in PC than the Xbox One version, then it can only be done on PlayStation. And they're going to toot that as hard as they can. Because they're going the route of power. Okay, Nintendo doesn't want to go power. That's fine. You want to go gameplay? Well, you need to show us things that we can only do on the Wii U. Until you do that, no one's going to buy this new system. It's not about power. It's about differentiation. Okay, Sony wants to be the lead in graphics. Won't you be the lead in gameplay? But Nintendo's so all over the place with their gameplay. They're like, oh yeah, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this, we can do that. And even with Metroid Prime, all right, they're saying this game, the series isn't selling as well as it used to. But the reason for that isn't that, you know, people are losing interest. Just not as many people are buying the system, so you have a smaller install base to work with. And even with the Wii version, you have a smaller hardcore install base to work with. They failed to convert the casuals into hardcore gamers. Now they're just kind of, Nintendo's just all over the place. They have no single direction. And then they're going to talk about releasing a new system. I'm sorry, but that's just not going to work. They have to get refocused. Because see, one thing about Nintendo that they have to realize is they've lost their way. And it's not about the like I said, it's not about the graphics or, you know, family friendly. Nintendo's always done that. Wasn't it Sega does what Nintendo don't? Who remembers that? The thing about Nintendo, well, the other thing that they need to push is the online multiplayer. Okay, it's not 70s, 80s, and 90s. People aren't just walking over people's house, coming over people's houses like that anymore. They got to adapt. Okay, you got Super Smash Bros., Mario Kart 8, two of their best games, and they got online multiplayer. I don't understand why they won't do the same thing with their other franchises, because once you play these games, it's like, okay, well, no replay value. I'm telling you, Nintendo, they're very stubborn. If they don't do things, if they don't innovate it or think about it, they don't think it's necessary. But one thing about it is that type of business strategy is going to basically end them. They have to understand that this Codename NX, it doesn't have to be powerful. It can be unique, but if you're going to make it unique, you need to sell it on the unique differences. You need to make sure that the system, what it's used for, is, you know, how should I put this? You basically have to do the same thing Sony's doing. This can only be done on the Wii U or NX. It can't be done on anything else. Like Skyward Sword, like I said, it has so many swings and this and that. You can do so many things that you just don't have enough buttons on the other systems to do. And even if you did have enough buttons, if you had 1,000 buttons on the PlayStation 4, how difficult or confusing would that be? With the Wii remote, it was this swing, this swing, this swing, this swing, this swing. Couldn't been done on other systems because it was just been impractical. Nintendo could do so much with the Wii U controller. They don't, like I said, it can be as powerful as it is now. That's fine. But like I said, they need to fire whoever does the innovations, and they need to fire whoever does the marketing, because both of them are lacking. Let me tell you something. There are 3 things they can do to help sell the Wii U right now. Is first off, say what it is. Some people still don't know the difference between a Wii and a Wii U. 2, they need to tell us why we need a Wii U. They need to do that with their games. And then 3, they need to tell everyone else who isn't quite, you know, let's say the casuals, why they should get a Wii U. Like I said, for the third-party games, they could just do some exclusivity. They could do a Soul Calibur 6 and have Link, Marth, and Shulk in there, and I'm pretty sure it would sell. Nintendo, nobody wants to see you fail, but it seems like y'all are headed that way. Anyway, this video has been way too long. I'll holler at you guys later.